The Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Muhammad Sa'ad Abubakar, has condemned the present state of the Almajiri system in the northern part of the country, describing it as embarrassing and needing total condemnation. The Sultan stated this on Thursday during the graduation ceremony of 1,897 Almajiri and 1,887 out-of-school children. Out-of-school children, adolescent girls at Sultan Masido Institute of Quranic and General Studies in Sokoto. The program, organized by the Sokoto State Arabic and Islamic Education Board with support from UNICEF and the Eleva Foundation, aims to empower the Almajiri and out-of-school adolescent girls in the state. He further said, "We traditional rulers also went to schools. It is distressing to see children being sent to Sokoto from some villages without food. When I visited the Arabic school, I was shocked at their level of malnutrition. I advise parents to start sending their children to a nearby school or center where they can take care of their wards, as opposed to the present practice." It's more like Mr. Kelsey, that we've just been talking about kind of emotional situation, realistic situations, if that's a word to say. We've talked about the stampede in Oyo State and the situation of hunger and all of that. And now we have the Sultan decrying the practice, Almajiri practice, and I'm sure you know what that means. Those kids that go into the streets and beg for alms due to the fact that they and their families cannot cater for the basic needs that they require. But this, coming from the Sultan of Sokoto, and he decrying the state and saying that parents should also pay attention to their words and make sure that they are sent to school. I'm sure if they had the funds to send them to school, they won't have to be on the streets to beg. But I want to get your thoughts about this. What do you have to say?
What I have to say is simple. It's a good thing that the Sultan is talking about it.
Okay.
Because there is, I think there is the wrong impression that people get sometimes. And when things like this, or when they see these people, these Almajiris, they have the impression that, oh, it has the approval of the oligarchy. That is not true. Now the man is talking about it. Well, we will think that they are coming to some level of reality. It is also good for the country. Now, when I saw this story last night, I was wondering, let's look at a place like Saudi Arabia, where things are working for the people, for government and the citizens. Let's look at a place like Dubai. You know, we have information about all the countries that make up the UAE, in places like Fujairah, Sanjir, and all these places, and then Dubai. Why don't we see all these people? I mean, these are Islamic nations. So it's got nothing to do with Islam. It's got nothing to do with Islam.
Yeah.
This is not what the Quran is teaching. See, so when people are corrupt and they use that to bring about a distortion in what the system should look like, it is sad. We have noble people. We have noble people that come from these parts of the country, and they have been making meaningful contributions to the development of Nigeria. But why should children who are coming from that part of the country be suffering like this? Like the way that broke the heart of the way that we saw a broken Sultan talking about it. You know, it is unfortunate. Now, these people are adolescent. Most of them are adolescent girls. You know what that means. You know the danger that portends for the entire country. This is how Like I mentioned it earlier on in this program, this is how terrorists harvest our young children, you know, with future that could not be realized. You don't just send them, you send them, and that is why we are beginning to think of in the course of time, in other discussion I had with some development experts, we are beginning to think of a situation where the level of education and given the concern about participation, we'll have to bring it to the communities, community participation.
Okay.
In maybe if there is a school in a community, you get the community to participate.
Okay.
You can get leading lights in that community or leading lights from the region to help come up with some bit of financing with proper supervision and the right application of whatever is coming to addressing the problem. Some of these things could be taken care of.
Okay.
Yes, and you get to the very foundation, the very place where these things start from, and you start to tackle it from there. They can. Okay, like why are they not? Why are these communities, instead of thinking about things like school to learn program that will develop the children, make them understand how they can take care of things for themselves, why are they sending them away? And that is exactly what the Sultan is complaining about. You don't just send your children away because maybe you think you can no longer feed them. Why can't you feed them? These things have to be understood.
Okay.
And these things have to be understood by experts. If they understand, when the experts understand why you are sending them away. This community, don't worry, you can handle this. It's just a perception that's been given to you. You've been sold that wrong perception that, look, you have to send them to away. You cannot take care of them, so just send them away to some place. No, that's not going to cover your shame. You have to get down to the solutions that are required to get these things done, so that the children will turn out as responsible people.
Oh, quickly, I would love to ask, do you think if the solutions and measures you've mentioned, if they are put in place, most of those families will not, those children, adolescents that are involved in this Almajiri practice, they won't still go back to it? Because we've seen oftentimes situations where most of them are empowered with skill acquisitions and whatnot, or probably funds to, you know, engage in setting occupation that can yield them money. But you see them going back to this. Do you think these measures and solutions you've mentioned will be able to keep them back from this Almajiri practice?
Why not? Why not? Why you see that happening is because somehow it is encouraged. Somehow it is encouraged. If there is a situation where it is continually frowned at, but there will be a change. We will see a change. That is, you see. When you do not encourage, when you encourage something that is not wholesome, that is not socially right, it will fester.
Okay.
Yes, if that is discouraged over time, there will be a change of heart.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much in that.